Hello, my friends. For today's reading, we are doing a soul connection reading. And I started out with a couple cards from the Intuit Twin Flames deck, Oracle. And the first card to come out was, I watch you on social media and the internet. It's my way of staying close and finding out more about you. The second card to come out was, I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. So apparently you're both cyber stalking each other. Then when I decided to choose an animal spirit card for you, I decided that if two came out, one would be for your person. Instead, three came out. So let's see where that lands us. I am not saying that you are any of these in particular. I'm not going to say this is divine feminine, this is divine masculine, or vice versa, or whatever. It is up to you to find yourself in these cards. But I did open right up to Camel, which is unusual because I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, with a sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated and lacks vitality. To bring into balance, try a pilgrimage. So one or both of you is needing to work on your emotional regulation. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, then we have the Panther. As I recall from the Panther, that's a bit like the Tower card. Annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feel devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. That is essentially the soul connection experience. All right, when in balance, brave, productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. And considering that this is a mirroring reading, you should probably apply all of these cards to yourself. But yes, I think that sums up the soul connection experience rather well. It's meant to shake your life up. It's meant to change who you are. It's meant to bring about a lot of healing. And you are both probably going through very similar experiences because you have the mirroring card. All right, Swan. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time, writing. And also it sounds like any creative activity, whichever applies to you best. And it does sound like both of you need that. You may also be feeling called to find your purpose, which may involve some creative skill you have, or maybe one you haven't developed yet. In any case, it sounds like you are in separation, and that is exactly where you need to be. Whether you like it or not, it's a different story. All right. What other messages do we have here for you? Healing messages. Perhaps elaborating on this, on where you are and what you need to be doing. This is the Way of the Pando Tarot. And none of them are coming face up. Of course, it was the cards were very slow to come out for the Animal Spirit Oracle too. I'm not holding the cards upside down. Just saying. Putting these up here because it's time to focus on what you need to be doing for yourself. Why are all your cards coming out upside down? I am not holding them upside down. And I go through my decks and put all the cards upside right, or at least in one direction, so they're biased to come out upright. And you're doing all your cards in the reverse. Oh, I should mention the Animal Spirit cards also came out in the reverse. I put them in the upright, but yes, you should pay special attention to how to bring these cards into balance, because I don't think you are embodying them in any balanced fashion. Anything else? This is the first one to come out not in the reverse. However, it did come out sideways. You may be someone who has an active fantasy life, or eights. 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, right next to each other. All right, so let's just start with this. Strength, another 8, by the way. 5 of Wands, 8 of Cups, all in reverse. The Fool in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse. 8 of Pentacles upright. And Temperance in the blocking position. All right, so Temperance is referring to a need to find balance between the spiritual and the physical. It can sound pretty boring to be, to lead a temperate life, a balanced life, lacking extremes. But it's also a peaceful life. And it also refers to a need to balance your inner masculine and feminine, which, if you're in a soul connection, is extremely important. So, strength in the upright is telling you that you can do it. But from what I'm seeing here, you really have no faith in yourself. You're hanging on to things with all your might. You're not willing to take the leap of faith. I believe you're stuck in your fantasies rather than in bringing them into reality, into refining your skills. Remember, we just had that swan card talking about some creative ability that you have. But perhaps you are working on that. Working on refining that, developing that, expanding and experimenting with it to see what else you can do with it. It's the only card you have in the upright. So I certainly hope that's true. So 5 of Wands is struggle, but also perhaps just practicing something that's difficult, learning a new skill. Yeah, I really don't see a whole lot more here. It's that you strike me as being very fearful. Perhaps your person is too. Afraid to let go of what you need to let go of so that you can grow and change and become more than you are. A lack of faith in yourself in this experience, which I completely understand. And you'd rather fantasize than bring things into reality or deal with your reality. That's understandable too, but perhaps what's really going on is that it's time to grow up. So, how about surrendering? Or a way forward? So you have all these fears, and what can you do to help yourself? First thing up, you have shadow work. Because why not? Dive in at the deep end. If you genuinely want to see this progress, or just to get through this experience as quickly as possible, it's time to dive in. It's time for the secrets to be revealed. And by secrets, I mean the ones inside yourself. 2 of Swords as a blockage. 2 of Swords is a card of stagnation. You don't want to be stuck or stagnant for too long, because then the universe will send a tower your way. And towers, though effective and positive in the long run, are not comfortable. More cards in reverse, my goodness. Once again, Temperance in reverse. Perhaps you're struggling with addiction. Eight of Wands. Again, in reverse. No, it's not again. It's the first time you've gotten the Eight of Wands. But that's the fourth 8 in this reading. So 8s are about cycles that keep repeating, patterns of behavior. You know, how do your relationships go? Do they always turn out the same way? Now we have the Eight of Pentacles again, but as a block. And we have the Devil, which does not surprise me. The Queen of Cups. Who's the Queen of Cups? Next to the Devil. Someone with a drinking problem? Hiding from your emotions? Or hiding from their emotions, if they're not you? Or just being very manipulative? That's interesting. Okay. What is with all of these cards in reverse? Jeez. Four of Swords. Time to wake up and get moving. Ace of Swords in reverse, of course. Lack of clarity. I was hoping for some more information on this Five of Pentacles, or not Five of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Tell me about the Queen of Cups, please. Who is this Queen of Cups? Or what is this Queen of Cups? Please clarify. The Queen of Cups. Six of Swords. Are you traveling towards or away from this Queen of Cups? Three of Wands. Well, both of these came out sideways. Way too many. Also, I only take the ones on top anyway. So that's these two. Page of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Wands in reverse. So perhaps you are beginning to let go of this person, this Queen of Cups. Again, no gender in tarot, queen, king, whatever. You have to master both your masculine and feminine, so you have queens and kings within you, or you have to master whatever aspects you consider to be queenly or kingly. Page of Pentacles is someone who is just beginning to figure some things out, especially in regards to money. This one is in reverse, so perhaps this page is not paying attention to their finances, to their responsibilities. Although the Ten of Wands refers to having too many responsibilities and needing to put some down, this Page of Pentacles does not seem to be getting down to business. I get the sense that there's a runner involved here. But we already had the Swan come out, indicating separation, so that's not really a surprise. The Three of Wands. Sometimes that's seen as a ship coming in card, but here it's a block, so I don't think so. Threes are usually about other people, communication, hang on just a sec. I want to take another look at threes. Right, that's what I was thinking of. So the Three of Wands is also associated with creativity. So we're getting the sense of blocked creativity, blocked movement, staying stuck in a situation that isn't working. Who's this Page of Pentacles? Yeah. So this Page of Pentacles, like I said, someone who's not getting down to work, someone who is overindulging. I get this, I'm getting the sense of, like a teenager who is running away from, skipping classes and skipping school so that they can have fun instead of learning their lessons. The Ten of Wands is a little puzzling to me because in reverse it should be about letting go of some of these responsibilities that you shouldn't have taken on to begin with. And given that it's on top of this Queen of Cups right here, I'm thinking that these are emotional responsibilities that you've taken on that really are not yours. We also have the Page of Wands. So flightiness, definitely an inability to commit, an inability to, there's no stick-to-itiveness here. So a Page of Pentacles should be, they can be stubborn, but they're at least beginning to be rooted, to be grounded, to be centered. Pentacles, there's a solidity there. But this is a Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have this Page of Wands. So someone who's very immature and is unable to commit, unable to get down to learning what they need to learn, get down to business, and balancing their life. Probably a tendency to run away and fantasize rather than doing what needs to be done. You see these two cards here that are in blockage position. One's going this way, the other's going that way. So you've got opposing energies here. Perhaps that's why they are blockages. Because one is about running away or moving away, trying to find calmer waters somewhere else. And the other one is about standing still, finding your inner creativity, and waiting for your ships to come in. Although chances are your creativity is what draws the ships in. So, long story short, you're in kind of a mess. What we really need, and what I was hoping to get, was some ideas on what you should be doing next. And instead we have a description of your general situation. and perhaps that's the point, is that you are really bogged down in thinking and overthinking about what your situation is, instead of this. Going within, finding out your own secrets. What are you hiding from yourself? These two cards are also going in different directions. So you need to end your stagnation. You need to hone your skills. So there does need to be movement, but it needs to be in the direction of yourself, in the direction of finding out more about who you are and what you have to offer. The one thing about the Two of Swords is that it's a decision. It's a choice to be stagnant. It's a choice to not do or achieve anything. It's a choice to play the victim, to play helpless, when in fact you are not. You're not helpless at all. You can put down those swords. You can take off that blindfold. You can choose to start refining your skills, finding your creativity, whether it's through writing or drawing or singing or music or dancing. It really doesn't matter what form of self-expression you go with. You should absolutely start. Just start. So I am working on a tarot workbook to help people in your kind of situation. It's not ready yet, sorry, but soon, I hope. I'm trying to make it simple to start, sort of a beginner's entry-level inner workbook. Until then, definitely try some journaling. Given the emphasis on writing, that's probably the best place to start, is with some journaling. And it's always an excellent way to do some inner work. Start figuring out who you are. Put all your feelings and thoughts down on paper. And if you don't like them later on, you can get rid of them. But it can also be very helpful to have a record of where you are, where you've been, what progress you've made. Because you will make a lot of progress on this journey, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. You are feeling kind of stagnant. But that will change. You will find your strength. And you will practice. And learn to move on. All right. Do some writing. Take care of yourself. Till the next time.